and welcome to Add More Zest. My name's Rebecca, also known as 4Kids at 147, and in my recent whip and chat I actually finished my around the world paintings from PaintGem. Now I am going to de-kit this set later. I have a floating diamond. I did these in the caravan and didn't have a bin near me, so there's the odd rogue diamond floating about the bottom. So I'm going to de-kit this on a later video, next week I think, sometime. But I do want to get them away in my book because that's where they really shine. And I'm actually hoping that I can remember which one is which, due to the fact that I didn't bring in my phone or my laptop to check. Now these originally came as part of it, as in the old packaging. So they were all on one sheet. So I have cut some of these already. I think I'm just going to go round each edge though and just make sure that they are as straight as possible. So they do come with a very, very faint grey line as to sort of the cutting line, but sometimes they're not quite cut straight. So I like to get myself a straight edge and then use my trimmer as the flat edge to get myself something that looks pretty much straight all the way around. And I actually remembered to bring my trimmer in. I just didn't remember to bring my phone in. So I'm kind of hoping that I can figure out what each one is. But I guess that is to be seen. I've got a couple of other rogue diamonds that have stuck to them. Okay, we've got a nice straight edge there, albeit a grey one. So let's use that, and then I can put it flat to get the rest. They only just fit in my trimmer lengthwise, these, because they are bigger. These are a bigger set than the other ones, which is why you only get 6 per set. So what I've actually done for the books, because these books come with enough to fit 20 in, though I prefer to put less in so they don't bulk out too much, I've actually put both around the world sets in one. So you'll see that I already have 6 paintings in there, and that's from around the world set 1, and this is around the world set 2, or at least I'm pretty sure it is. So let's get myself pretty much straight. So I've got all my edges off. You can see here I've already got set 1 and I've got the remainder of the stickers for set 2. I've just labelled my book Around the World. Though on the stickers we do include the Around the World 1 and the Around the World 2 in case you want to do them separately, or in case you only actually have one of the sets. You have choices. So I've got my remaining 6 sleeves and I've just cut out the middle ones that I don't need. So I'm not sure if you can see, I cut it as close as I can so you can hardly see that there's actually been any cut out, because I prefer to have them 1 per page so that you can look at the main image as you go through. So what do I need now? My cardstock would be a good idea. I didn't get that down already. So I've just picked up some A5 cardstock from Amazon. You can pick up A4 and cut it down, or you can cheat like I did and pick up A5. And then I just use some double-sided tape and just pop a strip across the bottom, across the top, and then if you want to be sure, you can just pop a little bit in the middle, though across the bottom or the top should just be enough, because the plastic wallet is keeping it in place as well. This is just to keep it in place on the actual card. So I might have to stick these onto the cards now by process of elimination and see if I need to go and get some internet to tell me which one is which, because I wouldn't want to guess wrong. And there's a couple of them I definitely know which ones they are, and the others I'm not so sure, but I guess we'll find out. This is the randomness of today's video. Do I know where all these places are around the world? And that didn't work very well, did it? Let's try getting that a bit straighter. Okay, so I have I have double-sided tape on the back of all. I'm just having a look roughly how I lined them up. Let's see if I can get away with... These are a bit smaller than my big paintings. So let's see if I can just get away with taking both lots of tape off and bobbing them down as I go. So it's the tops and the sides that I'm trying to get lined up. I don't mind having the bigger part down the bottom because that's where I'm going to put my label anyway. So I know this one is the Eiffel Tower. See, look, pretty. I'm trying to work out if that's actually straight. Trimmed my nails when I did them recently in the hope that they'd stop chipping, so my nails are really short. But we have the Eiffel Tower, one down, one correct. I know this one as well. So the worst part now is getting the tape off. And I think lying it flat is actually being easier than trying to pick it up. So again, I'm going to go for the top being as even as it can be. And this one would be the Statue of Liberty. I think that's in the middle. Might not be in the middle actually, might be a little bit off. Let's try there. I'm doing it by eyeball. It's not straight, that one either. They do give you a little bit of wiggle room. If you leave them down too long though, they don't like to come up. But Statue of Liberty, we'll pop that one in next. This one I can get because it does tell me pyramid, and this is the only pyramid. Oh, I think I'm going to be alright actually, looking at these, because the two that I was unsure of straight away off the top of my head was the Terraces of Lisbon and the Colosseum. But that one definitely looks like a Colosseum, whereas that one looks like terraces. If I've made a big boo-boo, I'm sure I will be told in the comments. So, Pyramids of Giza. We can pop that one in, and I'm going to have a full book. All the other sets make a full book on their own, apart from the Around the World is 2 sets together and Her Story is 2 sets together. However, they haven't got Her Story 2 anymore on PaintGem. I wasn't able to get that one. because it was discontinued. So I'm kind of a bit gutted that I've not been able to get all of them, but these things happen. They've not been as popular as expected, then they're going to change what they do, which is a fair point. So, Terraces of Lisbon, we'll pop that one in. If it'll go in. There we go. Next piece of card. Well, this is the one I did 3 on. And I actually overrun a little bit with this. So let me just chop that end off. It won't show hugely on the black cardstock, but it will show a little bit. So we'll peel this one off. Come on. Then we have Colosseum. Beautiful. And last but by no means least, we do Sydney with the iconic landscape item of the Opera House. I've actually been there. I've been there twice now, albeit only for a day each time, but I have been. My sister and I once did a day trip to Sydney, flew out in the morning, went round Sydney, flew back, and then on the way to my brother's wedding in Palm Cove, all of us went to Sydney for the day. Basically, we were heading up to Palm Cove. We got on the plane, got off at Sydney, did Madame Tussauds, mad dash round Sydney, round to Bondi Beach, because it was my daughter's birthday on the day that we travelled to his wedding, and then got on a plane and went to Palm Cove. So they've both been very, very rushed visits, but still good nonetheless. And there we go. So, to confirm the Around the World set 2, we have the Eiffel Tower, Statue of Liberty, Pyramid of Giza, Terraces of Lisbon, Colosseum, and then Sydney. And I nearly threw my book, but that is my Around the World book completed. And as you can see, this one has 12 in, and I find that that is full enough now for them to all sit nicely on my shelf. If I ever want to frame any of these, I could always just pop them in an A5 frame and just slide the whole thing out and use the cardstock as a mount. But I think this is a lovely way to display the PaintGem minis, and it really works for me. So that is Around the World finished. I will be dekitting, as I say, in a future video, but I figured I would get them away in their book safely, nicely, and up on my shelf where I have a nice little list of all my books lined up. And yeah, it means I will soon have a storage case to potentially kit up another one, though some of the others that I have quite a few colours, so I might have to have a think about how I do them in the future, but I'm sure that will be an up and coming video soon enough. But thank you all so much for watching, and I'll speak to you all again soon.